team, this is a video demo for the Elizabeth issue on an approved transaction in the gateway but was not updated. So I am unable to replicate the issue because I think what causes this is that on the checkout page it takes a long time to get a reply, and then the user goes back and creates another transaction. So I will show you the checkout page to explain that one. So for example, every time you get to the step 5 confirm order, it creates a transaction, and then if you go back one step and then go back to confirm again, it creates another transaction. So this is due to perhaps the user has something to update in their transaction, so it creates a new transaction every time the user goes to the step 5 confirm. So an issue here is that since I always get fast reply, I could not replicate the error, but it is possible that the user has encountered slow response and then goes back to a previous step, and the processing of that transaction is not finished. But there are only 2 transactions so far since we have launched that are having this issue, so it's not always an issue. So this is also dependent on the connection of the user. So I would also need extra FOT for front-end team to add a notification on the step 5 confirm order. So for example, if I click the confirm order, it should display a notification box in this area, or in any way that the user would know that the transaction is still being processed, and then the confirm order button should not be clickable once the transaction is not yet done. And then also, once the transaction a confirm order is clicked and the transaction is still in process, the other steps should not be clickable, so that to prevent the user from going back to the previous steps, and in extent the transaction that is already passed to the gateway is not finished processing. So on the back end side, I've added a transaction tracker. So I've added this to the NMI Direct code and the code for the existing CC. So every time a request is done, it should be inserted into the transaction tracker, and then once it is it reaches the controller for success or failure, so that means we already are done processing the transaction response, then it can be deleted from the tracker. So if there are any transactions that are left in the transaction tracker table, that means that transaction did not finish executing. So this is applied for both replicated site and the back office site. And then I will also need to monitor this for around 5 days. Thank you.